Pat Fitzgerald has been fired. Pat Fitzgerald, the beleaguered, the weirdo, I guess, or his weird players, has been fired by Northwestern University. And the Northwestern children, the players, are not happy about it. They are not taking it well. Well, I ask you, Northwestern players. In fact, I just put out a video to Northwestern players that are mad. And they're mad because, well, the old coach. The old coach got blank canned because, well, the players decided it was a good idea to get naked, do naked crawls, naked claps, naked soap up themselves in front of the shower and make players run through because the players of Northwestern really are perverted. I mean, I'll never understand it. Now, I got guys saying, well, you know, Bobby Knight, you guys hazed just in a different way, yelling and screaming. Yeah, you're right. We did. Tough. You don't like it? So what? But we never did the nudity thing. We never did the sexual assault thing. We never did the stuff, hey, we're going to slap you and dry hump you. At some point, the players, don't you agree, the players of Northwestern got to look themselves in the mirror and say, you know what? This is kind of on us. You know what? We caused a lot of this. You know what? We shouldn't have done that. Now, every time I see a Northwestern player from now on, I'm like, yeah, you're a weirdo. Used to be every time I saw a Northwestern player, I'd be like, man, you're a tough dude. You played for a tough coach, played for a high-end academic institution. I'd hire you in a second. Now I'm like, yeah, you got a bunch of weirdos running around there. Now I'm like, what in the hell are you doing there in the locker room at Northwestern? And I told you yesterday that this firing was coming because of this one reason. When you have to have outside people monitor your locker room because your players are perverts, because your coach allows it, because it's a culture of somehow, some way naked hazing. And no one's denying the hazing, by the way. So it's not like I'm speaking out of school. Sure, Fitzgerald, Fitz, whatever, is a great dude. Sure, he is the face of Northwestern. I would argue he's the most important figure in the history of Northwestern athletics. Nobody's not saying good dude. But he did what a lot of dumb meat-headed coaches do. He got on his little mount. He's got his little pillar. He's got his little kingdom. And on top of the kingdom is him. And he got to thinking he was untouchable because no coach with any common sense would allow that in this day and age. I don't know what they were doing back when Bear Bryant was having guys out at camp. I don't know what they were doing when Kay first started. I don't know what they were doing at Indiana when Knight first started. I only know what I've been involved in, and it's never involved dry humping other men or nudity. Just saying. In the locker room. Naked. On my team. Never. Anywhere, actually, but never. I used to give you a ball tap once in a while out in public just to say hello. But I got to tell you, it's just the weirdest thing. And none of these players are taking any accountability. You know what they're doing? They're doing the Biden strategy. This went from the Bob Knight strategy of round up all the players, ex-players, whoever, and talk great things about this strong man. Look at his chin. Yeah, that's what they do. So now everybody came out and said how great he is. He's the greatest thing. Oh, my God, he's the greatest. I'm so glad my kids played for him. I'm so glad, blah, 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 blah. Well, you know, I haven't heard anybody denying hazing. I'm looking. I'll look right now for you. I'm looking here. I'm scrolling. Has anybody said, the hazing never happened? They have tried to do the Bob Knight strategy of discredit the witnesses. They have tried to do that, and I'm all for it. I get it. Nobody gets it better than me. I understand. That's what Knight used to do, and I always used to tell him, I ain't lying for you. That was always my thing. Yeah, I mean, I'll do whatever, but I'm not lying for you, and if you got to fire me, you got to fire me, but I ain't lying for you. I remember he tried to get me involved in one of his lawsuits. I said, Coach, that's great, but I'm not lying for you. Here's what I saw happen. Here's what happened. You know, here's what this guy told me, Ron Felling, after he got punched by Knight. I'll do anything for you, but I'm not a chance in holy hell am I going to sit there and lie for you. So all these guys are talking. All these guys are saying these things, but nobody is denying that they were hazing because they can't. There was a 6 months investigation that found there was hazing. Now, old boy here says he didn't know nothing, man. He didn't know nothing. Hey, man, I ain't knowing nothing, is what old Fitzy says. That's cool. That's great. All right, fine. You do it. Here's one of the players. You ready? One of the players says, Marshall Lang, Mike Schill and Derek Craig didn't even have the balls to show up in person to tell the team. Too busy on vacation to even care. Embarrassing administration. Yeah? How about Michael Schill and Derek Craig don't have to clean up your all's mess, which they have to do, but they don't have to do it in person. I mean, look, Charlie McGarry, who is another player, he's mad because to zoom in to make a statement like this and leave before allowing questions I'd be baffled. Terrible. Hey, how about you guys don't get naked? How about you guys act like people? Like Charlie Mangieri is a wide receiver, so good for Charlie. And then, of course, Marshall Lang, it looks like a tight end. And these are smart kids. But how about you don't try to distract? How about Sam Humphries and others? How about you apologize for your abhorrent behavior? How about we do that instead of blame and deflect? Look, I don't know what people think, but this is what we did, and we're sorry. Stupid. Feel terrible. We let down coach. I mean, you can get coach off the hook doing that. You can lie, act like Fitz didn't know. I don't know whether he knew or not, but it sure seems like he did because people are apparently putting screenshots right there. I'm just saying. So long story short, hey, players, you're doing what you do. Your employees, does every employee have the right to be on a Zoom when another employee gets fired? Hell no. These guys all want to be employees, but man, when it don't go their way, they don't like it. They don't like it even a little bit. You're an employee. You're under no obligation. What am I supposed to do? I'm on vacation with my wife. Fly home because you guys act like idiots? How entitled are Northwestern players? First, how perverted, and then how entitled. It's really and it's truly absolutely amazing.